welcome everyone. I would like to call the annual meeting of the United States Senate Federal Credit Union to order. My name is Jay Moore. I'm currently chair of the board of directors. It has been determined that we do have a quorum and can conduct business today. Before I introduce the other board members, I want to let you know that we lost a valued member of the board family earlier this month. Chris Day passed away. He will be sorely missed. I worked with Chris for over 20 years at the Senate Sergeant at Arms when he was Chief Financial Officer. And that is where I first learned of his financial expertise. He was tremendous in that role. Chris was a member of this board for 21 years. During his 21 years, he served as chairman, he served as vice chairman, he served as treasurer, he served on many committees. His financial knowledge and attention to detail were unsurpassed, and it's going to be impossible to replace him. Chris's first priority as a member of the board was always customer service and service to our members. Chris's passing is a huge loss for some of us personally. It's also a loss to the credit union and this board. So please keep Chris and his family in your prayers. I'd now like to introduce our other board members. And if the technology works, the camera will focus on them when they speak. We'll see if that works. First, our Vice Chairman, Tony Zagami.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's a pleasure to be here for this meeting. I don't see my face up there, but that's okay. You can hear my voice.
Next, Ileana Garcia, Treasurer.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm currently serving as treasurer of the credit union and happy to serve you all.
Next, Margot Rushing.
Good afternoon.
Judy Rainey.
Good afternoon. It's great being here today.
Deborah Yarborough.
Good afternoon. We're happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see all the members that have joined us here today.
And we have two members, I think, virtually. We have Chris Shunk.
Good afternoon from Northport, Florida.
And Joe Eckert. Joe said he may have a lunchtime meeting. He may or may not be here, so I'm not sure about Joe. I'd also like to introduce Penny Gross, our recording secretary.
Hello.
And Joseph Martins, chair of the supervisory committee.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here with you today.
The first order of business is approval of the minutes from last year's annual meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I move.
Judy, motion to approval. Is there a second? Margot seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the minutes are approved. Next, I'd like to thank all of you for your attendance here today. I'd like to thank you for your membership, your support of the credit union. And then I would like to thank Tim, our CEO, and his staff, and Tim will introduce them. It's been a great year. We've made several significant improvements, which Tim will talk about, and we think we're on the way to another strong year. So Tim, at this point, I'll let you go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Tim Anderson, as the chairman mentioned. I'm the CEO here at the United States Senate Federal Credit Union. Just want to say welcome to all of our members. Thank you for your membership. Thank you for entrusting us as your financial institution. And we're just so pleased that you chose us as your financial institution. I'd like to say thank you also to all of our staff, all 135 of them. I was kind of doing the numbers right before this meeting, making sure I was right on that. But we've got 135 strong, and they're the ones that show up each day to make sure that we take good care of our members. And hopefully you're feeling that. And if you don't see that, please make sure that you contact us. We'll continue to work until we get it right. That's our motto around here. We also have a slogan. We've coined the phrase, no members, no credit union. So we go to work for you each day with that in mind. As the chairman said, I want to take this opportunity to introduce our executive team. Kathy Dalfrey is our Chief Financial Officer.
Good afternoon, everybody. Members, thank you for your membership. We appreciate you.
Jeff Smith is our Chief Lending Officer.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for getting loans with us.
Omar Ramsey. Omar is our Chief Risk Officer, and Omar is virtual. Mark Fournier. Mark is our CIO.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here, and hopefully you are all enjoying the technology we're providing, and we've got even more great things to come.
Heather Mansour, she's virtual as well. Heather is our Chief Human Resources Officer. And Bonnie Ortiz. Bonnie is our Chief Strategic Management Officer here at the credit union. And this is the C-suite team. Then we have listed also our senior management team, making up the group that just kind of go to work for you every single day, all 135 of our employees. So thank you for that. Also, I just want to say thank you to our board. The chairman mentioned the management staff and the things that we're doing here. I often say I can't do what I do without our board. So I appreciate all 9 of them. Mindful, as the chairman said, our beloved Chris Day, board member for so many years, recently passed away. Just a tremendous asset to our credit union. So again, I want to thank our board. We can't do what we do without the support of our board and their leadership. Just a couple of things, and we'll just move on. We crossed some milestones, and you'll see that out on the website. We had a great year. Total assets continue to improve and grow. We closed the year 2022 over $1.2 billion in assets. Member deposits, we appreciate all your deposits. You depositing your money here because we're sound, we're safe, we're secure, and we really appreciate that. Member deposits over $1.14 billion. Loans to members, as Jeff just thanked you for your loans, historic, because for the first time in our organization, we crossed over $1 billion in loans to our members. And that's the important thing. We're making loans to you, and net income is healthy and remains strong at $4.7 million. In addition to the financial success that we've had, operationally, we've done some things. Each year, we tell you we're going to do some things, and we come before you, and we kind of report on that. We did introduce enhanced mobile and online banking. That's something that our members had asked for years, and we converted to a more robust mobile and online banking platform. It's called Banno. Our Banno system provides a 2-factor authentication with an assortment of improved and interactive features. And hopefully you're enjoying it. If not, make sure you go out there and get the mobile banking. We also added a new call-in system, a new menu, a call flow, and these features are designed to provide a more streamlined and efficient member experience. You'll hear us talk about that a lot. The member experience is what we focus on, making sure that you get what you need from your financial institution. And I'll close with this. It's an announcement, actually, and you'll hear more about it. Just last year's strategic planning session with our board, we talked about some of the things that we wanted to do, our strategic plan, but also eliminating some fees. Our board has always been fee averse. And that's great because we always want to make sure that we're not overly charging our members. So we are doing away with the NSF fee. You're gonna hear more about that. The project was completed under the leadership of our team, and we'll be doing a press release probably in the next week or so. But those checks that you would submit, and if those checks didn't have sufficient funds, we would normally, or any institution would charge you NSF fee. We are eliminating all of those fees. We want you to have a great experience here. Our job is to make sure that we make your life better financially, and eliminating those fees, we think is a good start. So at this point, I'll turn it back over to the chairman.
Thank you, Tim, for that summary. We will now move to the Supervisory Committee report, and Joseph, our Supervisory Committee Chair, will get that.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. For those who are not familiar with the Supervisory Committee's responsibilities, the committee has a fairly broad oversight authority to hold the Board of Directors and the senior management accountable to fulfill their responsibilities. The CEO mentioned earlier, no members, no credit union. And in that light, the Supervisory Committee comes in because we safeguard the interests of the members of the credit union and to make sure we operate according to sound business, ethical, and regulatory principles. We're assisted in this function by two audit firms. One of them focuses on the internal audit function and assesses whether we adhere to internal controls that are appropriate and help us run the organization effectively. And the other one focuses on the financial side of the business, and they also look at several other risk areas. It's my pleasure to report to you that the audit firms returned an unmodified audit report, which means the financial statements that you're going to hear about in a moment are presented fairly and accurately. And in addition, they've also confirmed that there are no material weaknesses or any significant deficiencies in the way we operate. I'd like to close the remarks with my gratitude, with the committee's gratitude for the staff, the leadership, and the Board of Directors. We've conducted an unprecedented number of audits in the year 2022, 20 audits in total. And as you can all imagine, that's a workload on everyone, and we appreciate all the support that was given to accomplish these audit reports. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Joseph. We will now move on to the Treasurer's report, and Eliana Garcia will provide that.
Thank you, Jay. I guess I'm just going to support what Tim reported because the credit union keeps being very, very strong financially. As of December 31st, we had total assets of 1.259 billion and deposits of 1.14 billion. And I guess we had a lot of deposits, but we need more. So if you have any money sitting around anywhere else, might as well just check our rates because they're great, and you should probably move your money over here. Also, as Jeff mentioned, we are audited every year by external auditors. We have an internal audit firm, and then we have the NCUA. So everybody gives us a +A rating. So you rest assured that your money is safe. And I'm going to do my plug again. Be sure you have money somewhere else sitting. Bring it over because we're on a CD war. So we need to be competitive on CDs and put your money in the credit union. I assure you it's safe. And I guess the rest is if you want to see the financial statements audited, you could go to the USSFCU.org financials. And if you want to follow what we're reporting today, also in USSFCU.org annual meeting. And thank you for your support and bring your money. Okay.
Thank you, Eliana. Did she mention bring your money?
I'm treasurer. I need to.
The more money you put in, the more loans we can make. So
That is correct.
thank you.
Preaching to the choir right now.
Now, the nominating committee report will be provided by Judy Rainey, who was chair of the nominating committee.
Thank you. Effective May 24th, 2023, 3 seats on your United States Senate Federal Credit Union Board of Directors expire. Pursuant to Article 5 of our bylaws, the board chair appointed a nominating committee consisting of board director Joe Eckert, volunteer Milton Salvador, and myself. 3 members submitted applications for nominations to the board. The nominating committee reviewed the applications and selected the 3 incumbents, Tony Zagami, Deborah Yarborough, and Chris Day, for renomination. Each of the candidates met the USSFCU volunteer service requirements and were found to be a member in good standing, as well as highly qualified for board service. Since the number of nominees equaled the number of expiring vacancies to be filled, a ballot election was not necessary. 2 of the nominees named above, Tony Zagami and Deborah Yarborough, will be elected by acclamation. As you heard earlier, Chris Day died shortly before the annual meeting. According to our bylaws, any vacancy on the board will be filled as soon as possible by vote of a majority of the directors then holding office. On a personal note, I served with Chris Day for many years at the Senate and for 21 years on the Senate Credit Union Board. He was an excellent board member and, in my opinion, one of the best chairs that I've served under. I personally will miss him very greatly. Please join me in congratulating Tony and Deborah as they continue to volunteer their time and talent in the service of each of you, the valued members of our United States Senate Federal Credit Union. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. There is no new business. The only thing I would say before we adjourn is if you have any questions, you can send them to me directly at boardchair@ussfcu.org. Again, that's boardchair@ussfcu.org. And that concludes our meeting. We will adjourn for today. Again, thank you for your membership and your support.